I wanted to give you guys a quick video on the 5 quick ways to start your wedding photography business in 2024. Number 1, let's go with pick your name. Okay, so your name, it needs to be something that is near and dear to your heart. It could be just a word, a phrase. It could be your name. Jess and I, when we were first starting our business, we went through probably 2 or 3 name changes, and we finally landed at John and Jess Photography. And it was simple. You know what? One of the big things I like is for it to be able to off the tongue, just John and Jess Photography. The easier it is to say, I believe the more it's going to stick to people. So take your time and really sit on it for a little while. Maybe come up with a list of maybe 10 names, and you can even just ask your friends and family what they think about the name, and then go from there. All right, and number 2, one of the first things we did, it was probably maybe the second thing we did after we picked our name, was we started a really easy and cheap website. We use Wix. There's a ton of platforms out there these days, but Wix is really easy. It's plug and play, so you could pretty much just kind of drag things around, and they've made it super user-friendly on purpose, and it's pretty affordable. I think the one I got was maybe like $100 and something a year or something like that. It was really cheap. We've upgraded since then because we have a lot more traffic, but we kept it simple, and it just gave us that professional appeal. So once you get your name set up, then name your website, get your website set up, try to come close to the name. If you have a name like, say, royalphotos.com, you might have to go with like royalphotos.net or something like that. So if you can try to pick a name where you could get the .com, I think it's advantageous. So guys, just scroll around, check out Squarespace, Wix. Those are the 2 that I know off the top of my head, but just check around a little bit, see what fits your budget. Most of all, see what's easy for you to set up. The number 3 tip that I would give anyone that's starting wedding photography business in particular. Scream it from the mountaintops that you're in business, guys. Scream it from the mountaintops that you are a wedding photographer, and you don't have to say that have tons of experience. Just be honest. Just say, hey guys, I have a passion for weddings, and I really want to start shooting. So what you can do is you can just get friends and family. That would be the first place I would go, is friends and family. So you could pick up the phone and just call everyone you know. And you know what? Depending on your age, well, even at all ages of life, you know someone getting married. But if you are younger, maybe 25 to 30, there's a ton of people in your age group that are getting married. So just ask around. Just ask Uncle Bob, ask Cousin Shelly, ask all of them. Ask Grandma Gretel. I don't know how I came up with that name. But just ask around, guys. My first wedding I ever did, and I remember I asked one of my buddies, he was getting married, and he asked me to be in the wedding, and I said, hey man, why don't you just let me shoot the wedding? And I said, because I had just gotten some equipment, some basic equipment. And his wife opted to go with a professional, which I don't blame her, because I wouldn't have done anything near professional. But I did ask. I asked one of my buddies, so he kind of turned me down on that one. But then my cousin was getting married, and I asked him, and actually he may have asked me, because he just seen that, once again, shouting from the mountaintops, he's seen that we were in the business. We were shooting everything we could. We were shooting baseball games. We were shooting rap concerts. We were shooting everything you think about. We were involved in our church, shooting photos for our church. So people just started knowing that I was doing that. And so my cousin asked me, he said, hey, I'm getting married. Can you shoot my wedding? Perfect opportunity. So I took that non-paid gig, but you know what? That was definitely a start. And so I went and shot his wedding. I think I may have just used like a 18 to 105 kit lens on my Nikon, and with a flash. But you know what? I was able to gain some experience on composition, on flash, on just moving around a wedding, seeing what the flow was of a wedding. Really good start for me, and it gave me a little bit of confidence in that direction. So my advice to you guys, let everyone and their mama know that you're in business, okay? You are a wedding photographer. You're building your portfolio. Another thing you can do is attend weddings. Just go to weddings, be a guest, and watch. Maybe they'll even let you take a camera. You can even ask, let me take my camera. I see all kinds of Uncle Bobs at the weddings we shoot right now, and they're all on the sidelines shooting. So maybe you could just say, hey, can I take my camera? I'll give you guys some extra behind the scenes photos. A lot of people want, the more the merrier. See if you can take your camera to some weddings and just get that experience, and watch the photographers and the videographers. Just watch how they work. Watch that workflow. That's going to give you some experience right there. Number 4, I would say right off the top, if you have an extra $500, dig it up. Get a credit card, borrow some money, do some Uber or DoorDash. Get yourself at least a 50 millimeter 1.8 or lower, or 1.4 would be ideal, or a 35 millimeter 1.8 or 1.4 lens. Okay, you want to get out of kit lens as quick as you can, and you want to get into a prime lens or something that has some good glass. Okay, so you want good glass off the top if you can. If not, go ahead and shoot those weddings with what you have, like I did. But if you get into like a 50 millimeter 1.4 or 1.8 or a 35 millimeter, then you can start off and you can start getting some good shots right off the top. Okay, so that would be my 4th point, is just to get out of a kit lens, get into a decent lens, get yourself some decent glass. The better glass you get, the better your shots are going to look. And I already covered this one, but number 5 was shoot for free. So just go out and tell everybody and their mama, tell them all that you're in the business. Tell them you're a photographer, period. I tell my students, just make sure you guys keep shooting. I have a little saying here. It says, it doesn't matter what the result is, just do it anyway and just keep shooting. So it doesn't matter with the result. The main thing is to really get out there and just keep shooting. If you only have your dog, go out and take your dog into a nice park and just start shooting your dog. You can learn some composition off your dog. You can learn some angles. You can learn aperture, shutter speed. You can learn exposure triangle. You can do a lot with a dog, with kids, some landscape. I did it all in the beginning. I did it all. I shot my kids' baseball game. That's where I started. Like I said, I was shooting for my church. I was shooting some landscape. When we went to a family event or we went camping, I would always take my camera and I would just shoot. And that's basically what I got to say to you guys. It's shoot. Keep shooting no matter the result, because one of the things that stops people from shooting is they're afraid their images are going to look like crap. You know what? I'm sorry to say, probably a ton of the images are going to look like crap in the beginning, but don't let that stop you guys. One of the things that has always stuck with me, I read it somewhere. People don't remember Michael Jordan for all the missed shots. They remember him for the game-winning shots. So it's the same thing with photography, guys. People don't remember all the spray and pray crap that you throw out there. They're going to remember some of those really, really dope images. And so just keep shooting. That's all I got for you guys today. And I hope you guys have an amazing time starting the wedding business. And please don't forget, if you need a little bit more help, I have it all laid out for you on my new ebook. It's called Snap Into Wedding Photography. It gives you a bunch of images we've shot, and it also gives you step-by-step everything we did to get to where we're at now. Have a blessed day, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.